Hello, and welcome to episode 24 of D Nice Knits. My name is Denise, and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as DNice515. I'd like to thank new and returning viewers for coming back to hear me talk about yarn for about 20 minutes. Today, I don't have much to talk about. It's my Christmas episode, I guess. This year, I challenged myself to knit one pair of Christmas socks every month for the entire year to get a full 25 pairs of Christmas socks box. Christmas socks box. So I'd like a box of socks that are all Christmas. So I first will start where I always start, and that is with socks. I have one finished project. It is a pair of socks for my best friend. So these socks are Cozy Toes from Yarn Bee, which is a Hobby Lobby's like house brand, I guess you could call it. And then here there was a break in the yarn, and I was like, oh, no big deal, but now that it's done, I don't like it very much, but they're not for me, so that's all right, I guess. I think the name of it was called Meadow, and it's 97% acrylic and 3% polyester, because my best friend says that she does not like yarn, wool socks, even though she's never worn a pair of wool socks. Oh, these look smaller. Sorry, I had to take out all of the pins that I use because these are gifts. So it's almost Christmas time, so I am sending this to my best friend. They use my basic promo because my best friend has pretty much the same size shoe that I have. So my basic formula that I use for most of my socks is a 2.5 millimeter needle, and I use Judy's Magic Cast On, and I cast on to 60 stitches. Then I do 65 rows, although this one looks a little short. I don't know if I did 65 rows on this. Shh, no one will know. 65 rows, and then I do a fish lips kiss heel, and then I think I did 50 rounds of the leg and 12 by 12 ribbing, and I do a Jenny Surprisingly stretchy bind off on a US 5, so it's like really stretchy and goes over your heel just fine. So those are my only finished objects, and that's that. And then I have two works in progress. So my friend Sarah, Handmade by Sarah, she has her own shop where she does kits, and I have participated in her summer kit. Was it summer? May kit, her choose your own adventure fall kit, and now I bought her advent kit. So within the kit you get yarn, obviously, to make a pair of socks, and you get a bag. And she makes all of her own bags and the zippers, and this is the bag this year. It is flamingo themed, if you can see the flamingo there. And it says, made by Sarah S. If you can see that. Which way? There you go. So that's that. And then I am behind because my daughter has been opening my advent calendars because she, she's 6. So she likes her advent calendar, so she wants to open my advent calendar too. But Sarah, her kits are for top-down knitters mainly, but she also gives you instructions on what to open for toe-up knitters or 2-at-a-time knitters. So somehow I got off by one day. I don't know how. I think we didn't open it one day or something. So I am behind too. So I think I'm like 4 days behind or 3 days behind. So this is the first sock. And I am at the ribbing of this one. And then I started the toe of the second sock, which I have just a wee little toe. And like I said before, Sarah uses Cascade Heritage sock, and I really like that yarn a lot. So this is a non-traditional sock for a non-traditional Christmas that we're having, and then I put a Christmas tree stitch marker on it, and then I have my every 10 rows, and I did pink because I thought it would match really cute with this. And in Sarah's instructions, she has you knit, I think it's 8 rounds for each of these big colors, but to get 65 rounds here, I did 10. So I did 10 here, 10 here, and then this you go back and forth, and then you're supposed to do 8 rows of the pink, but I did 10, and then I think you were supposed to do 2 rows of each, and I think I did 3, so I would get 5. I like even numbers, and like 10 divided by 5. I don't know why. So I think 5 is cleaner than say 3. Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. And then this is 10, 10, 10. I think this is 10 or 12. I think I went until I ran out of this dark pink, and then the green is 10 where it's supposed to be 8. And then I'll just do my usual probably 12 rounds of ribbing. Ooh, I'm losing stitches. 12 rounds of ribbing and bind off. So that's that pair of socks. And then my other pair of socks that I'm working on, which kind of cut into the time that I was working on that sock, is another pair from Sarah. Sarah gave me, what is this called? Cascade Heritage Waves. Ooh, I don't know the colorway, but I'll put it here because I don't remember the colorway, but I'll write it down. I'll put it up here. And so this is my basic formula again. It started off green and then it's like gradiating into a red. And when I was rolling up the ball, I noticed that the middle of it is very, very red. So I'm hoping, like when I finish this sock, I'm gonna use my ball winder and unwind this because I think the other end of the ball is green, so that I could do green to red again instead of red to green. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So once again, I have my stitch markers every 10 rounds. And then this one is where I started the leg after the heel, fish lipskis heel, on US 2.5 millimeter needles, US 1.5 I think. And then I have a stocking stitch marker on there. I made these stitch markers last year. I got, what are they called? Charms from eBay, I believe. And then I put them on these lever back earrings, which are my favorite stitch markers. So that's that. And then I also am wearing mitten earrings that I made from stitch markers that I got last year in the Katrinkles advent calendar. So that segues into my new stuff. So I have some new things. So last year I did the Katrinkles advent calendar. And you get this like cute little basket, and I have everything in here. I have all of the stitch markers that came with the advent calendar. I have some things that I purchased and my husband purchased. My husband, just cause, knew that I was having a rough time when I couldn't knit. He asked Katie from Katrinkles Yarn, Katrinkles Jewelry, I think, knitting jewelry. Ooh, I'll put it here. He contacted her and bought me things from her, which was so nice. He gave me a sock ruler, which I have in a knitting bag somewhere. Yeah, in a knitting bag. And then he gave me a darning loom, which I have yet to, I've yet to have a hole in my socks, or wear through my socks, because I have a lot of socks. So when I do, I'll darn, maybe, I don't know. I hate to weave in lengths, so I don't know if I would. I don't know why the white is doing that, but I think it's from my light. So yeah, Katrinkles, there it is. It's a darning loom. So that was so nice of him to buy that, and he like contacted Katie and like asked her what to get me, which was really nice of her to do that. So I have all of these things. They're all what are these called? Notions. There we go. Like a ruler. So I have everything in this cute little basket that she gave you last year for the advent calendar. And then this year I chose the bigger advent calendar. It was only 12 and it was a little more, it's only 12 days of Christmas, and it's a bigger basket and you get like bigger items, and it's not 24, it's 12 days. So it's not just stitch markers, it's like notions and things, and then there's like a bigger, and I love the baskets. I think they're so cute. So I use them. So that's great. And then that's it really. I bought Sarah's advent kit and I have that. I bought no more yarn, yay! But the last thing I'm going to talk about is my Christmas box of socks. So I made it. I have 25 pairs of socks. I wore my Christmas sweater from last year, the year before last, I think. And so this is the box that I have now. And these are all the socks that I made last year. Yeah, these are all the socks that I made last year. Oh, I think there's 13. So this box has been in my closet with my shoes, but it's not big enough to fit the rest of my socks. So after I do this, I'm gonna have lunch, and then I'm gonna go to Joann's, I think, and get a bigger box, because this doesn't fit everything. And I think they're on sale right now, so I'm gonna go do that. So these are all my socks from last year and the year before last, because I think I've been doing this for 3 years now. I did 6 the first year, 7 last year, or something like that. Or I only did one pair, I don't know. 1 year. Yeah, I think I've been doing 3 years. So 1 year I only made 1 pair, and then the next year I did 3, 4, 5, and then 7, whatever. But this year I did 6, and I'm gonna go in order. I mean, this year I did 12. I'm gonna go in order from January to February, because I went on Ravelry and looked it up. So these are my January socks, and all of these socks are in the same formula, the same one that I talked about earlier, on 2.5 millimeter needles, 60 stitches, 60 rounds, Judy's Magic Cast On, Fish Lips Kiss Heel, Jenny's Stretchy Bind Off, and a US 5. And most of them I think have 60 rounds or 50 rounds of a leg, because I get bored and then I'm just like, okay, 50 is good enough. And then 12 ribbing, because ribbing takes too long. So on the short little needles, on these small little 9-inch needles, ribbing is just annoying. So I don't usually do that. Okay, so these are my January. These are West Yorkshire Spinners in the Robin colorway, which was their Christmas colorway from last year. There's one. These I dyed myself. This is Sparkle. I don't know if you can see it. Yep. Knit Picks Glimmer that I dyed myself. It was supposed to look like peppermint bark, like the brown was supposed to be bigger, but I messed up somehow, but it's still striped and I liked it. And then I think the red is Deborah Norville, and it's not sparkly at all, it's just red, to bring out the red and the white. So that was supposed to be peppermint bark, but meh, I like them though. And then these are Arnie and Carlos Garden Socks, I believe is the name of the colorway. I'm gonna put the colorway here because I don't remember. And these were a gift from Iris. Hi Iris, who is Katie's mom and part of my knitting group, and she thought that they looked Christmassy, and they do. And I found out while I was making these that I already had this yarn. So I'm gonna make a matching pair for my husband, I believe. Yeah, probably for my husband. Yep. And then these are my March socks. These are, what are these? Oh, okay. They are King Cole Gin Fizz. King Cole Gin Fizz is the name of the colorway. And I thought that it was kind of Christmassy because it's red and it has green speckles with the white. And these are different. These are 56 stitches on the US 1.5 because this yarn is much thicker. And then I did only 60 rounds till I got to the heel, and then that's it. And then this is the same King Cole Zigzag, that's it, in the same 58 stitches and 60 rounds. And this is the Christmas colorway that they came out with last year, and they did not come out with the Christmas colorway this year, and this is not available. Most of this yarn I got on woolwarehouse.co.uk or .uk.co, something. Really good service, really good prices. Then this is King Cole Glitz in the Grinch colorway. This was my June socks, number 6. And then in July, I did 2 pairs of socks because it's Christmas in July. So we have this, which is King Cole Glitz, again, in the Santa colorway and the Elf colorway. And then the second pair I did was like, so these I striped. So I started with green, I started with red here, and then I striped them. Then I did the toe in green, and the heel in green and the heel in red, and then the ribbing in opposite. I like doing that. I thought it was cute. I like when they're mismatchy like that. And then I did 1 pair in green and 1 pair in red because I thought that would be cute. I mean, 1 sock in red and 1 sock in green because I thought that would be cute. And these are acrylic. These are not wool, and they feel weird. When I wear them, they don't feel as soft as the acrylic socks. So I don't wear these if I'm like doing a lot of walking. I don't think I will, because they don't feel as nice as the wool on my feet. And it might be like the sparkle too. You can see the sparkle in this one, really. It might be the sparkle that bother my feet when I wear them. And then these I finished in September. These are a opal colorway. And when I washed them, they got a little fuzzy. I don't know what happened there, but my other opals did not do that. But they're still soft and they look nice. So this is not like an official Christmas colorway, but I thought it looked Christmassy. And then I have another pair of opal. These are my October socks. And they're sparkly. I thought they were Christmassy-ish. And then I have my West Yorkshire Spinner November socks, but it's West Yorkshire Spinner, their Christmas colorway for 2020. And I think it's called like Silent Night, and it's sparkly also. And then I have Sarah's socks, which will be pair number 12. And then I have these socks too, which will be pair number 13. So that would be 26 socks. So I have one pair of socks that I don't think are very Christmassy. I think they're kind of Thanksgiving-y. More Thanksgiving themed. There we go. So I have these, which I think they're wisdom socks. They're discontinued. It's called Vintage Christmas. Yes. But I think they look like Thanksgiving socks, like turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce, you know, and like what are those, the green bean casserole. There we go. So I might switch these and wear these on Thanksgiving. So that is all of my Christmas socks. And I have a tip, not a tip, a warning. So if you knit, I don't know, 30 pairs of socks in a year, like someone else I know, do not wait until like the last minute to sew in all the ends, because it has took me hours to sew in the ends. And some of them, like I had, what is it called? Contrasting heels. Yeah, that's ends. So I had to sew in all these ends and it took me hours. And then all the gift socks that I did, hours. And so I recommend not being like me and sewing your ends when you finish your socks. That's all I have today. It's a short episode because I haven't done much knitting because I was sewing in a lot of ends and I was working on my sock patterns, and there's been a lot of gift wrapping and shipping of things, so I haven't really knit very much. Oh, I forgot a finished object. I'll put it here. It's a finished object for my grandma-in-law, my husband's grandma, that I shipped yesterday. So here it is. It's a shawl that I made for her. I think that's it. I want to wish everyone happy holidays if you celebrate, and I hope that next year will be a better year than this one, and I am going to attempt to podcast every month, but my daughter is going back into virtual learning, so I don't know how that's going to happen, but I will try my best. Until next time, bye!